into my hell. Baby, I wanna fuck. I wanna feel you in my bones. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna tear into your soul. I wanna fuck you. I wanna feel you. I want it all. I wanna feel you.
Having 3 daughters, it was interesting. I wanted each of them to have a special experience going to grad, and so I don't know why I had it in my head, but my first daughter, I asked her how she wanted to get to grad, and I wanted to be able to make sure that things happened for them. But our first daughter just wanted to go in a limousine, which was really easy. She got the short end of the stick because our second daughter wanted to go in a sports car, and I bought a Dodge Viper and took her in that, and that was a lot of fun for her. My last daughter, Chloe, who's the one that will always mess around with me in the garage and help me tinker around with things and watch vehicle shows and stuff like that. Her and I fell in love with the show Vegas Rat Rods, Welder Up, down in Las Vegas. We actually went down there once and she got to meet Steve Darnell. And so when we did that, she wanted to go in a rat rod to graduation. I love the idea of a rat rod. I love everything about it, except I don't want something that could give me tetanus if I was driving it. So this is what I came up with to take her to grad in, and she's got some amazing grad photos as we showed you in it. And yeah, it's selfishly I did it for myself, but obviously wanted to make sure that she had part of it too. And this is what we shot our grad pictures in. Funny story about Asinine. So why is it called Asinine? My builder, Chris Reed from Hellbound Customs, him and I were talking about it, and on the phone, and thinking about it and creating it and drawing it out and making sure everything was right. And he goes, man, this thing is asinine. And so that's where the name came from. And then I wanted to make it look military-ish, if you will. So had someone design the logo there, but I know that's really not much about the motor, but cool part of the story. Edelbrock tunnel ram, and then Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetors. So it's making about 550 horsepower now. Yeah, headers on it. Very, very simple mufflers. But another part that I really like that who've done a lot of shoutouts for us on this vehicle build is CVF Racing. All the stuff for the water pump and the alternator and the kit to make sure that it gets down low is all done by CVF, and they've got beautiful stuff. Overview of the vehicle. I originally I wanted to build this with a Willy CJ2A, the old military Jeep. And there were a couple reasons why. Is I have a lifted Wrangler that has the same wheels and tires on it. And sorry, the same wheels, not the same tires, but the same tires as well as the same lights. And I thought that it'd look really cool to incorporate it into something old. I was originally going to buy a CJ2A that they had that was lowered and really tricked out, but somebody else had bought it, so I thought it'd be really neat to do my own. And my son-in-law actually showed me this cab that was for sale in Saskatoon. So looking at the cab, talking to my builder to see if it would work to change that up from the CJ2A body, we started with this. So this is a 1951 Willys cab. The front grille is actually a 53. The only reason we did that was because the 51 has 5 grill marks in it, and just didn't look as clean. So we did that. The box is actually 51 Willys as well, and so is the tailgate. So it's all original metal, which is really cool. It's cool to preserve something. It is from 4 different vehicles, but we were able to preserve the Willys, of course. When you look at the front end of it, so to get it this low, the frame obviously has to be pretty special. The knuckles on the end are actually 1989 Ford, just so that one of the first years that there were disc brakes, but to keep it really, really, really mechanical. As I had told you, I wanted trophy truck and 60s hot rod feel to it, so I mean, a lot of the trophy truck stuff, like the brakes, the Carly limiter straps, the coilover suspension, the 2-link in the front. The motor's from a friend of mine. We did a lot to build it up and make it look special. It's a 502 crate motor. He actually had it in a vehicle that he felt that he didn't have enough power, so he ripped the 502 out and put a 572 in it. But so I was able to get the 502 from him, hooked up to a Tremec transmission, 14 bolt rear end in the back. So it's got it's definitely set up for a lot of power and a lot of fun. It works really well. The wheels are Black Rhino, and the tires are 35-inch Renegade X. 8 wires that run the thing. None of the wires are visible. Everything is mechanical, from the clutch to the brakes. Part of that making it really mechanical is having 2 brakes, 2 brake cylinders in there, master cylinders. The reason for that, one for the front, one for the back. But strong arm steering. This chunk here is actually the only original part of the hood. Everything else was hand built because it was wrecked. But we had the original hood to build it off of. And I wanted enough of the hood so that when you were standing here from the front, you don't see all the stuff and wires from the radiator, and just wanted to make sure that it was clean. But yeah, he had done a little bit of pinstriping in here, the white. And then Chris, when he was doing it, said, we need a little more in there. So he put the gold in here. It's actually really neat that it's a reverse W from the Willys. He didn't even notice that when he did it, but he did it, which is neat. And the pinstriping around the back. But the pinstriping that I wanted was obviously to accentuate the original Willys emblem on the back. It's interesting, the guy that I bought the pickup bed from, as well as the tailgate, those were I bought the last 2 tailgates that he had. So in a whole junkyard of Willys pickups and SUVs and stuff like that, 2 tailgates. So I bought them both. And important to accentuate that and make sure that the original stuff was on there. The finer details on the vehicle that I really, really like personally are all the stainless steel brake lines and airbag lines. When we were doing it, I obviously wanted it to be special with it being exposed, and my builder, Cody Barrett at Bear Mechanical, he came up with the idea of doing the stainless steel. And so we both learned how to bend stainless steel, and I really appreciated the fact that when you build something that's pay to play, having a builder do it and you've got the vision to do it. It was nice that they let me in there to be able to bend all of the stainless for both the air as well as for the brakes, and I think it turned out really well. On the inside, as you can see here, you get a shot underneath the dash there of all of the stainless steel that was bent there. That was a lot of fun to do. The airbags as well, there's nothing that's automatic. It's all mechanical. So 4 switches, and just a lot of fun that way. Another thing that I really like that's trick in here is the switches on the dash. Again, just super simple. I've got an idea to incorporate that with the old original gauges so that it will look like 51 Willys when we're driving down the road. And another thing I love, I know it's silly, but the license plate. You typically have an area in that tank to bleed it out, but it's actually got the air running through the license plate there, and just a little neat holder. The rear lights are 3D printed. They're something that we designed so that they work really well with the vehicle. Chase light in the rear. Again, another trophy truck hue. Fuel caps are important because things can get screwed up, but obviously when you want everything symmetrical, you got to have something that's just like not in the way that you really can't see. So that's why we did that. The floor in it is actually from a company called Ultradeck. It was interesting. I was at Bear Mechanical's shop, and he said to me, we were trying to figure out what to do here. I was going to do burnt wood with my brother, who's a finishing carpenter, and Cody was like, well, you know, wear and tear, things that you would have to do on that. And we called this company called Ultradeck that did this. So this is all what you would put in a boat. I do like on the inside as well, they were really heavily involved in the design in Ultradeck. And you'll see here in the side the vehicle's name, and the tire tread is in the floor. So not complete on the inside, but you can see the asinine that they've cut in there. And of course the tire tread that matches with the tires. So Tranny is a Tremec T5. My other builder at Hellbound Customs. So he's the guy who helped me out with color. He's built a number of vehicles. Really like this color, wanted to do it in a satin finish. But his idea of doing the off-white, I think works really, really, really well with the vehicle as well. So that off-white, it was just rattle can so we could get to SEMA, but that'll be, it goes back this fall to be professionally finished. And anyways, that white will come all the way around through the doors and wrap around through the back of the vehicle. Above that is actually a houndstooth fabric that will be the full ceiling and also the seat. And the houndstooth fabric is this off-white, black, and also the tan that's in the wheels. So that'll all match together. And then below the white here, I'm actually going to use that the rucksack backpack stuff that you would see with military, like a canvas, and the whole bottom will be black canvas, and then do it so that it's got like, so that it looks like you can put shotgun shells in it all the way through, just to make it look really tactical and really cool. Just pay a little bit of homage to military stuff. This is a detail I love. This is obviously not fuel line that's going through the motor, but that's where all of the electrical through the front end goes, just so that none of it's exposed and no wires. Biggest challenge? I think the biggest challenge for me is to just enjoy it as it is, and you know, not see some of the imperfections that are in it. And I know that's probably tough for people that will see this, but you know, obviously when you build it, you can see the minor details that are in it that you know, you'd like to see changed here, or you know, a little chip there, a scuff there, or something like that. But I think that it will be to recognize that it's not a museum piece. I built it to drive, and the biggest challenge as a person that has OCD is to just drive it, just enjoy it and appreciate it for what it is. The biggest shout outs in this for me in the build is, you know, it's important obviously to have the vision. The vision was mine. I actually wanted to, ever since I was a kid, like 12 years old, I wanted to be a car designer. And it was really neat actually to be able to do the project. But of course, you know, you need somebody that can do the vision and everything like that. And Cody Barrett and I, we've known each other for a long time. We've been good friends. He's at Bear Mechanical. When he brought Chris Reed in from Hellbound Customs, Chris and I talked for answered about 5 questions, and he said to me, yep, I know exactly what you want. And what was really, really interesting through the process, when you're starting from absolutely nothing, is he did know exactly what I wanted. And going up to see him and reviewing it with him, and doing all of that, it was really nice to be able to see exactly what was in my head come. So he paid a lot of attention to details. One of the things that this was going to be that's actually interesting for the video is this all was going to be Line-X'd, and it was going to have a flat deck on it. And so one of the things with Chris and with Cody was talking about the additional things that I wanted to do. I was thinking of doing that because I couldn't find a box, but Chris had an idea where the pickup bed was, so we went and got it there. Without the two of them, this wouldn't have happened. So it's great to have the vision, but to really, really, really have a team. And of course, this wouldn't have happened without my wife allowing me to do it. So I think that's probably the biggest, most important part. Another thing that's really fun with it is I as I mentioned earlier, having 3 daughters, it's really neat to have daughters that really support the idea and love cars, and want to see me enjoy those, and to see it come along with them and how excited they were, and just to have the support of family. So don't focus on the dollars. I think is the biggest thing. The vision of it, of course, is if you're gonna build something, know what your vision is beginning to end. I know I had said in here that this was going to be Line X and this was going to be flatbed, but other than that, everything else is exactly as you see it. So that's not true. There was one other thing. I wanted to have a 4BT diesel motor in this originally. Was quickly talked out of that by the builder because he said it's not going to have enough power and it's going to cost you a lot more than something that's gas. Best advice that I got. But I would say stick to your vision, but also listen to your builder, because if your builder has ideas, they're the ones who have done it many, many times, and listen to them. That's why they're part of your team. That's the advice that I would have, and be patient, because it's not an easy process. It'll take longer than you think, and there's twists and turns along the way, but it's a lot of fun if you can get it accomplished.